Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys doing absolutely fine. I think one word which we are seeing or hearing every single day is AI, or even I do the same thing because somehow in our everyday day-to-day life we are using AI, right? Whether it's a chat GPT, just we are using for our personal tasks, writing some articles, writing a social media post, improving our email communication, right? Or asking a random task to any AI tool like Claude or Anthropic, ChatGPT, OpenAI. I mean, these are all our big companies that are developing their tools and releasing their new models every single day and making our life miserable. Why? Because giving you so much choices. But it is very important to how you're gonna make your choices because that's how you're going to make your life easier. And so here in this context, I'm going to refer the life of a developer, the people who are in the technical, right? A person like me who spent almost 10 years in DevOps and cloud, or in a nutshell, you can say cloud native space because I love open source, I love infrastructures, I love Linux. So all my time, I spend a lot of my time in this one. But one of the challenge that I always had is that in a beginning of my career, I used to write a code and I used to write a code in Java. I was a very good programmer, trust me. But the moment I got introduced with this infrastructures cloud, right? I think this is the area I'm really interested in because I really like to building infrastructure. I really like to work on architecture level things, system design, right? And even knowing the coding is one of the part of system design, but it's not the only part. You need to know the component. So when I say the component, I'm saying on the infrastructure architecture level component. So that's something I really like. I always enjoy doing that. And now, right? But now, every company now asking for to have programming knowledge. Even if you're working on the cloud and DevOps, like DevOps engineer, platform engineer, cloud engineer, you can name the different site reliability engineers, right? You should know the programming language. So, a couple of programming language I used to use is Bash. Though when I used to do the shell scripting, people doesn't consider me as a programmer. But trust me, if you are doing it, you are a programmer. Call yourself a programmer. I'm with you, right? Then because I was using shell scripting to automate my tasks, so automate the task which I find really boring. But I was doing that at that time. I really enjoying it. At that time, there was not so many automation tools were there, so we were using the shell scripting to do that. Also, we were using Python. Though I got introduced Python, I know Python language, but I was never know that I could do automation with Python. Thanks to my manager, where I was working with one of the open source company called Zimra, right? So yeah, one of the best company that I worked for so far. I think I should mention that. And so I was using Python and Bash a lot, but slowly and I work with a different product based company. I take up some new leadership challenges or roles, you can say that. And then I got I got some distance with this programming languages, and now suddenly if you had to learn, right, it's little tough, to be very honest, little tough. And if you ask me to do the DSA, it's very tough for me at this time. It's very tough. If I would in if I was in college at that time, because in that time, yes, I could do better, but at this point of a time, no, because now I have that much of experience that I could actually put that experience in some different scenarios, right? So now, even if I do not have that much excellence on the programming, but I understand the code, because the most important part of any programming is to know the logic of the program. How are you going to build the logic, right? Even if you want to build the infrastructure, you need to brainstorm so many use cases, right? And that's something I think not everybody is understanding that point. But yeah, so I'm using AI, right? I admit that I'm using AI every part that I work with. Even if I put any LinkedIn post, even if I want to make my email better, or yeah, I'm doing that because I like that, because that makes my task easy. Also, I'm learning from AI as well, because I'm thinking how I can improve the productivity of the systems by using AI by minimizing the task. So and now I'm not just using shell script or Python, but also the different programming language, like YAML is also a programming language which is being used even in the Kubernetes, Docker. They were all using this. So programming is like a structure that you're using into to divide your classes, your the components, right? You structuring your services, right? Also a Terraform where it's a infrastructure as a code is also one type of programming language. So yes, people in DevOps and cloud, you can call yourself a programmer, right? So there's no debatable topic over here. But the interesting part is there's so many tools out there, right? How you can improve your productivity, and being in the open source, right? How also it can help you to keep contributing and keep learning as well. So one of I came across so many tools, and I recently also come across with this tool Refact.ai. Though I know this tool, I think last year I got to know about this tool. At that time I was using the Codium as well. But Refact.ai is something I really find very cool, because at that time I still remember I made one video as well, and I was using that with my VS Code, because at that time it was only available. So it's an extension that is only available for VS Code at that time. Now it's available for almost all the platform, right? And this is, I think, not at that time I was using that to refactoring my code if there is any any errors in my code. So I try to just chat with them and doing that all those activities. But what I saw is that tool evolved a lot, and now if I see that it offers so many things, right? Even now they recently released their AI agent as well, so you can also use that agent the way you want your service to be built, right? And recently I also become a part of their first ambassador program, Refact ambassador program, and I was in the first batch. I think, yeah, last month only. I think that cohort started, and I thought that what's something that I can build with this tool, because now things have so much to offer and I'm already using it. So I wanted to build something very meaningful that can actually create a good use case for any individual like me to actually make more sense, right? So I thought, what could I do? What that I can do with my existing activity, that is I'm already doing it, and make a value, right? So as you know, I'm also part of a Docker Capatain program. So those who don't know, Docker Capatain is Docker is one of most popular tool in if you're using container, right? And if you have heard Kubernetes, Docker always there. So Docker is something I use every single day. I would say every single day. Yes, Docker is something like I cannot live without that. I can say that, right? And it's time saver. It like container like evolution, and Docker makes really big impact in the cloud native ecosystem. So I thought, like, what could I do? So recently they have released their Docker model runners, which is something called, you can run the AI models in your local system by using Docker desktop without interfering any further, you can say, further extra layer. And you can just run, in a nutshell, you can just run your AI model in your local system. That's it. By using the Docker capabilities, all you need is Docker desktop installed on a system. And but it's currently only available for Apple Silicon firmware. Soon it's going to release for the Windows and Linux as well. So stay tuned for that. And I also created a separate video on that, so please feel free to check out that too. But the use cases, they recently, how about if we can walk through together? What do you say? Let's do that. So let's walk through together. Okay, so here is, I already have a Docker desktop installed in my system. I don't know where it is right now. Okay, it is here. Let me open that, because here we are going to use the three tools. One is Docker desktop, second is Refact AI, right? But that I'm going to use in my VS Code, right? Yes, this one. So here I already had I had already had add-on installed on my system, right? So this is Refact AI, right? And yeah, this is, I think this these are the things that we are going to discuss in some time, right? So first thing first, if you haven't installed, you can just go to Refact.ai and then installed it. Install this add-on. If you even if you're using JetBrains IDE, so since I'm most of my time I'm using VS Code, so I installed the extension on that. If you're using JetBrains, I think yeah, it's also available for that as well. So feel free to use it, right? Yeah, so as you can see, all this is available for all these IDs, so you can feel free to use that. And yeah, also the best part is it's strongly support open source, so also open source available. You can also it's also self-hosted, but mostly it support Linux platform right now. So I need to dig more, which I'm going to do very soon. But let's just stick to the stars that we are here for, right? So Docker model runner. Okay. So here I'm telling you the story, like how I came up this idea and how so this is a Docker model runner which I just told you, right? So here also they have given one you can say a small demo application that you can run, and you can see how the Docker model actually works, right? So similarly, when we learn any programming language, right, first thing we run hello program, right? So similar like that. Even I remember when we running Docker Kubernetes, we always install that first hello application, right? Like, so that will help you to understand how the system works. That's the only fundamental, right? So here also as well, I'm just trying to find out that this all details anyways you are going to get it. And let's just directly go into GitHub Docker. Okay, and let's search this application hello.jni. Yes, so let's just run this application first. Okay, so this is the application. So this the only thing you if I can just read it, a simple chatbot web application built in Go, Python and Node.js that connect your local LLM to provide AI powered response. So ultimately you are going to use the Docker model runner, and so you are just verifying whether it's working or not. So this is the application that they built, so you can use with these three web application: Node.js, Go and Python to run by using the LLM model in the backend, and you can just just drop a message, and the model give you response, right? And this is how it's work, right? Whether you use OpenAI or Anthropic, any models underneath OpenAI or Anthropic, right? So I already had cloned this repository, so let me just open it. Okay, over here. I Okay, so पता नहीं कुछ टेक्निकल इशू आ गया था, तो आई हैव टू check that issue and fix that first, but yeah, thankfully it's done now. So so we were at this one, right? So we were saying this is the GenA application that you can use it to see the capability of Docker model runner, right? And you can just see this application, but let's see how this application works. I guess I've told you that we can just run this application, so I have already faced this application over here. Okay, so let's just see the content of this file. Okay, this is the same application. Let's run this one. So I already pulled the model in my local system, so I'm using Llama model, right? So okay, so since the three application, as if you can see, it's going to run on 8080, 8081, 8082. On 8080 it's Go, 8081 is Python, 8082 is Node.js. Okay, so let's check this one. Okay, we can check it from here as well. Okay, since anyways it is running on localhost. So this is application in the Go. This is in the Python. Okay. Okay. No. Okay, so we already seen this that we need to run this application, right? We already seen this one. So let's run it over here. Okay, so let's see the folder first. Okay, let's see the content of this folder, whether it's the same. Okay, it's same. Let's run this one. I already pulled the model, so I'm not going to pull it again. And anyway, it's not needed since it's only first time is going to pull the model. Next time it's already in your cache, so that's save your time as well. The first time it's take a time since the model size is little heavy, but since we are using Docker, so that anyways shrink it for you. Okay. Okay, so all the application is in the run, Go, Node, and Python. Okay. So Go application is going to run on 8080 port, Python is going to 8081, and Node is going to 8082. So we can just run this. Let's see the URL. Okay, so this is the Go, this is Python, this is Node.js, right? So the sample page is fine. The only thing you need to do is, for example, consider of GNI this Python application, right? So we can ask, hey, what is Docker? So now the model is thinking, right? And as you can see what model they are using, you can also see that over here. Okay, so what response I've got? Docker is an open source containerized platform that allows to developer to package, shape, run application in a container, which is right. But look at the format. Trust me, this is something I really don't like because I want a structured response. Also, I also want a better responsiveness so that it can help user to also interact. Okay, so this is something that I thought, okay, this is something that I can improve. But since it's in the three stacks, Go, Python, and Node, I pick up the language which I already know, which is Python, but not in a very advanced level. But yeah, somehow I know. So I thought, okay, let's improve this one, and I already did. I already did as well. And let me show you the upgraded version that I have developed. Okay. So, okay, let's go back to here again. Okay, and so this is the updated application, which again, if you can see the content are same of these applications as well. The only things if we wanna compare, so PyGen AI here, if you can go LSFLTR, and this is the old application. Let me just terminate this application. Okay, and if I go over here, this is the old application LSFLTR. So as you can see, the content of this old Python web application, and this is the new that I have run. So now I'm going to run this again as the instructed. Okay, run.sh. Same process, nothing changed, nothing changed. Okay. So now again, okay, let's go back over here. Okay. Now again, let's open this application 8080, 8081, 8082. So there's no changes in Go since we haven't made any changes in Go. But look at the Python application now. And what was it before? Also, I have not made any changes in Node.js application. Now, if I X right now, okay, so I already put some suggestions in the predefined text. So I predefined questions as well, which you can easily ask. You can just have to click, let's say, tell me about Docker. Again, thinking, model trying to get the answer for you. Okay. Now look at the response. Response is way different than how we used to got, right? So what I tried to improve the user experience. I try to also put the response in a structured manner so that we can get it, right? Also, I created the health checkpoint, which is as a security perspective, or since I works in the uh, DevOps and cloud. So I thought of to put a health checkup so to keep monitoring our application health, whether it's working or not. So you can also yeah, so you can also chat with the API over here. Like you do not need that. For example, let's say here, if I want to just click on the tryout, here, this is what is machine learning. Instead of, I could say, let's say, what is Refact.ai. Let's execute it. I don't know whether it's going to how what response I'm going to get. But yeah, so now I'm running an API, right? And okay, so here the response I got. Reflect AI is an AI powered platform designed to help individual to business analysts improve their communication strategies. It's a range of feature, text analysis, sentiment analysis. Okay, Refact.ai, the platform enables to analyze sentimental. I'm not sure like which particular this little different, I guess. Maybe because of the model is not trying to get the exact information about the Refact. Okay, because see, my model I'm using the local model. It's not something that is interact with the internet and then trying to get a response. No, I'm using the model in my local system, right? And then I'm trying to interact. So the only information they are going to get the amount of information that model have. So maybe this information that does not have, right? So instead of that, let's say if I ask, let's say, what is hmm, what is well, okay, who is Elon Musk? Let's see. I'm not sure what answer I'm gonna get, but I'm excited to see that. And trust me, I'm running this first time. Okay. So who is Elon? Elon Reve Musk is South African born entrepreneur, investor, business man. He is the best known for his ambition, realization in multiple industries, including space exploration, electric cars, rival internet activity. Of course, everyone knows about that. Oh, so now see, now the model has this much information about Elon Musk, so it gives me information. But instead of interact through the front end, I've tried to interact with the directly with the APIs, right? Okay, I can also clear that one. So yes, so for that I've used the Swagger. Also, okay, I can also check the health status. So if I can see, so okay, the health status is okay. So okay, so everything is running good. There's no issue. There's nothing break over here. So all good. So this is the improvement that I have done, right? And for that, I have used. So what I did, since I know Python, so I first decided, okay, what are the changes that I wanted to do? And then I tried to make the changes accordingly. And then in a few part, I was little stuck because I was getting the constant error. And then I have used, let me also open because of some reason my VS Code got crashed. But yeah, I can open it anyways, right? So yeah, so as you can see, here is the Refact add-on that I'm using it. Okay, and okay, let's not go with this one. Let's close this one. Okay, okay, so let's go with this one. Okay, so here is it, right? So here I asked, right, what are the changes that I could do, and Refact.ai is absolutely good enough to tell me that how I can do that. Couple of changes I have done manually because since when I started working on this project, I thought, okay, these are a couple of things that initial thought, okay, I want to have a health check point. I wanted to have separate documentation for this. I need this much of structured response. What are the format it should have. So I just put all this information over here. I tried to write in the code by myself. I did that, and then I tried to interact with the Refact agent. So I was using okay, if I so all you need to do is just type a response over here, like what exactly you need to do, and you can simply use the agent and click what model you need to use. So for this one, I've used the Claude 3.7 Sonnet, this model, right? Also, one of the thing that it's that you can also enable the also enable the agent integration. So I already had integration my current shell, right? The CMD, so that I could interact, so the agent would always ask your permission, all the if they are going to perform any executions. For example, if they are going to create a file, if they are going to modify a file, if they are going to do any kind of action, so they do always ask. But for that you need to integrate, right? So you need to give a permission. So I already given that. Also I can integrate Docker with that, which okay, so if I'm going to do that, so this is the way you can do it. For example, these are the things you could simply deny, because it's very important. You do not want agent to just remove containers from your system, right? You do not want that. So it's already put in the deny, so that's much smart it is, right? And you can always allow, for example, if you just build any images, you can put all the command like docker build, right, -t, and it will fetch the image for you, and all the other command, docker run, docker docker pull, push, all these things. So you can put it, right? And you can also integrate your GitHub as well over here. I have not done that yet, but maybe in the next project I'm going to do that, because I'm going to do some more experiment as well. But what I want to do is I wanted to use this agent in the best capability, right? So if I go on my home page, and if you can just this one, okay. So first I ask them to just analyze the project. Hey, can you analyze the current project? So the project which I already show you, right? And okay, so they already analyze the project. As you can see, it all is try to gather all the information. So this one which you're seeing right now, this one, right? This tree, this is cat, this is cat. So this means they're trying to open the file, trying to see the structure. So tree means it's try to see the structure of the file, right? If you can click over here, so this is where you can get the structure, right? For that you should know what the tree command does. Okay, cat means it can see the content of the file that is here. So then it is giving me the project analytics based on the file that you shared. I can provide comprehensive analysis. So then the agent told me that, okay, this is the file, this is the project structures, and this is the application. It has Docker, and this, and there are the other things that you can do. Okay. So what I ask them to do is, can you add the Docker ignore file and add the things to ignore to prevent such things, because I do not want to have any. So generally, what we add in the Git ignore or the Docker ignore, the files that you should ignore, or while building the images, or while commit any files or folder in your in your GitHub, right? So I asked to do that, and I was continuously, as you can see, it was a very long chat. I was continuously interact with the model, and then I try to. So I think then I think, yeah, here. So here I have done my maximum interaction. Okay, yeah, as you can see. So this is my maximum interaction. So I wanted to try this model in my best capability, and what are the ways I can make it better. So I was also doing the modifying the code partially over here, right? I'm not sure if I have this code CI over here. So I was also trying to modify the code over here by this time, right? Like for example, I have created this file so that I could also run the Python web application independently, rather than to just run all these applications. So I have also created this bash file over here, and just try to interact over here as well. So the best thing is you can also give a command over here. See, right? You can just tell them that, okay, hey, what file you want to run over here, and just ask the suggestion, and it will always give you the suggestion. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not able to type something. I think blocking. I don't need to run the program right now. Maybe I'll do it later. Okay. So see, you also give you suggestion. Okay, this is something I'm getting from my GitHub, because I've committed this file. Also, I improve my Docker file as well. So previously it was just a single Docker file, a single Docker. Instead of that, I've created a multi-stage Docker file, so that it can save the disk space as well, and it happened in the chunks, because I've added some health checkpoints, which you already see in my this application, right? I have to just monitor the application and constantly check, because it's also important to know the status of your application, right? So yeah, and let's come back to the over here again. So I have created all these changes over here, right? So it always asks me the permissions. It also see the difference as well, right? For example, what are the changes that you have been doing? But one of the things that I've done, so I have done with the application, I have tested couple of errors, of course, because couple of errors you might get because of the location of the application. That might be issue with the permission. That might be issue with the path as well. So I fixed that part too. But then I told, okay, if I want to really compare about like what the changes that I have made and how it is different from this, because I need to prepare the documentation as well. So for the code perspective, it can help you to write the code. And trust me, if you ask me to give the accuracy, I would give you 99% accuracy for the code. Reason, I'll tell you why. But before that, I also took this AI to help me with the comparison of the original and the application that I have modified. So this is the original structure of, and this, okay, just to let you know, this complete documentation is made by the Refact agent, and 80% of the code has been done by the Refact. Okay. But the another good part is coming next. Okay. So here is the original Python GenAI application structure, and this is the improved version. In that, it actually try to narrow it down every single thing that I have done, right? What are the changes that have been done in the Docker file, or what was the original, how it is improved, right? What is the health checkpoint they have done, everything in a detailed fashion they have done it, right? Though I haven't put this in my GitHub commit, but yeah, this file is with me because I don't want to commit. I actually thought to commit that one, but I thought I could not commit this in the original Docker, the file where I actually wanted to upgrade this application, because I don't want to confuse the people as well, and that's something you shouldn't do that. Okay. But I'm thinking of to combining, because I haven't finished my work yet. I'm going to do that soon so that I could combine everything, and I also put the separate repository with all these changes that I have changed and made it uh, in terms of the improvement that Reflect helped me to do that. Okay. So this is done, right? As you already saw the application that works really good. But now the another challenge that I had is, okay, that how about I also wanted to improve this Go application as well, since most of this DevOps and cloud tools are in the Go language, and I'm currently learning Go, but I do not have that much confidence that okay, yes, I I could do this. Okay, I do not have that much confidence that okay, that I could write a code and then I can take the help. So what I did is I tried to do that with complete application. You can say the complete Go application, and this is the chat that I have had. So I asked them that, hey, I can you create a improved Go application similar to how we improved the Python application? I'm attaching the new folder. Take a look and help me with with accordingly. Forget, just ignore my typos. So I have interact with, and constantly I'm giving. So it is not the case that first time you just give input and in a very first case you will get the perfect application. No, you have to constantly tell them what to modify. These are the changes. So once it gives me the changes, I have tried to give them a feedback. Okay, no, these are the changes still not yet working, right? So also you have to give me the another input, right? So for that you should know how the application works, which I know. So in that case, I could able to interact with my agent better. And trust me, this application, I think it hardly took me 25 to 30 minutes to do that. Let's run that application, right? That how it works. Let me just terminate this one, because the only reason I'm doing is because I don't want, because that application is also going to run on the similar code. Yeah. And currently I don't want to open another code. That the only thing. Okay, so let me see where I have that application. Okay, if I can. Okay, so I'm just pulling that for you guys. Okay, let's just see because I have a very messed up my folders because I'm constantly doing some activities and sometimes it fail. Okay, so yes, so this is okay. What we'll do is again, so if you can see over here, so here I have the improved. So this is the another structure that I have followed. Those who following me, they know, right? I'm very particular about maintaining the documentation. So this is that what was the previous version that I improved. So I already put all the notes. Maybe some time later I'm going to put this in my GitHub repository, right? But yeah, one thing I forgot to tell you about that. Okay, you improved the Python application, but what you have done after that? What? What? What I did is I'll tell you. So since my original goal was to contribute to this Docker, this particular Hello GNI application, right? And I just wanted to upgrade and give you the better experience so that the user who are trying to use the model by using the Docker, they can have the better experience by using the models locally, right? Because I want them to spend more time over here to doing this practice. And so what I did, I just commit the code and I created the pull request to and bang. So that commit approved. My changes was approved and it was done 3 days ago, as you can see. So now when you're gonna download the latest, when you're gonna clone this repository again, you're gonna find the updated Python application, which we did. But still the Go and Node is still the old version. We are going to upgrade that as well. So I am taking care of the Go application, and Node.js application is going to take care of the Francisco, who is in charge of the product team. So he's closely working with the product. So yeah, and so where were I? Okay, yeah. So let's run this one. I already, as I told you, right? So I improved Go. I do not have that. I know how the systems work. I'm currently learning Go, and I'm going to spend more time on this. But I really, meanwhile, I also wanted to, make this quick. So guess what? This helps. Let's see. Let's run this one. So this is updated version of the Go. So now we have updated version of Python and Go both. But let's see how it looks. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So as you know, 8080 is on. So if I go back again over here, so 8080 on Go, 8081 is Python, 8082 is Node.js. Perfect. Okay. So if I go on, so okay. Let's start from the last. Let's go to 80802. Okay, we have Node.js. Let's go to 8081 in the reverse order. Python. Okay, this is the same that we have developed. Okay. Now let's go to 8080. See, and this one is completely done by Refact AI. Complete. I do not want to take any single credits. Completely done by the Refact. Still, I want to make some changes. If I can go now and I can see, not this one, this is something still currently I'm working on, but that's something I want to do. Let's check the status of the health of this application. So health checkpoint. Okay. So yeah. So my API is working fine. API is correctly interact with the model. So now, okay, I can see, okay, what is GenAI model is thinking. Let's see if it gives a response or not. And of course, you can always change this model. Okay, so that's the flexibility that you have. You can always change the model, right? But for that, I think I'm going to create a separate video like how you can do that or customization, how you can play around, right? So what can you do? Okay, what is GenAI? Let's see. Okay, it's a very long response, but look at the structure that it's given, right? It's far better than the and the previous one. Okay. GenAI is an open source platform for building, deploying conversational AI models. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so yeah, okay, we can search something else as well, but let's skip for now because I don't want to have a long video on this one. But you can definitely going to time going to put the link in the description. You can do that. But this Go application I'm going to push again. So I already have the I already cloned this one, and I'm currently working on to upgrading the Go application as well. And once that's done, I'm going to push it into the this repository so that you can download and until we need to wait until the my changes my changes is going to be merged. So it will take some times to review the request, right? And yeah, and so the only reason, so this is how community works, so that we can build a solution, we can share with the community and they can try test, and you also learn along with them. So also I learned in this process, all right? And the reason it took me some time to build this use case because I really want to be a part of this journey and learn from this real use case, right? Instead of just me just going on opening my VS code and just typing something to create something, instead of really build something and that can be useful. So think about it right now, that this Gen AI application, as you can see, right, is just published few weeks back, and so many people are using it right now, right? So you want to build something also which can also make an impact, and that's what we are doing it over here. Yeah. So uh, I think that's it. I already told you how you can enable the agent as well. I have most of the thing that I have done is I've done with Cloud. I have not tried this other model as well, but I'm sure it's going to work well. And I'm going to use the other models as well and create some different use cases soon. So please stay tuned for that. So for that you have to be consistent, and for that I have to be consistent, right? And make sure you check the Refact.ai as well, and to what are the features that they have. Okay, and of course it's a free, so you can use that. Of course, if you want to upgrade, so you can always upgrade that. And also if you want to host on a system, you can do that as well, right? And try the capability of the Refact.ai. You can use that agent, and it's the best for uh, just debug your code, interact with them, to try to communicate. So it's like a communication, you're communicating with your code buddy, right? And it help you to analyze, help you to understand, help you to fix, help you to guide as well, right? And the good thing is it's all it works with your IDE, so it's better sits there and be with you all the time, right? Because that makes sense, and that's what you want. Okay. So that you can something you should definitely explore, and so check out their blogs as well. This is really the best thing I like about them, that they're constantly sharing their progress, right? The kind of update that been bringing for the users, right? For the community. So I really love that. Also recently they also launched the MCP server as well, MCP Model Context Protocol. People in the DevOps cloud might confuse, like, when they think of MCP and they heard MCP, they think, okay, master control plane, because we always think of Kubernetes perspective. But here, this is different. And of course, I'm going to create a separate video on there, like how I can use this capability as well and what is MCP. But there's so many things to do, but I just wanted to come up with a very good use case where you can. So think about this way, that I'm using the this Reflect.ai tool, and trying to improve the programming language which I don't know. Also, I know the programming language and I'm trying to improve my code more better. I'm upgrading my applications, right? And also help me to analyze how I came from the previous to how I improved from the previous to newer version. Help me to creating the documentation for that, which is every, I think every company likes that. Every project required a good documentation of the changes that you have been doing and have been accommodated. So it's a beautiful also way to do that. And see, yeah, he always saw that how beautifully it's also helped me to build the Go application as well. So this is the beauty of it, right? And I would highly recommend to use it. Also, you can also install the Docker desktop as well, because you need Refact, you need VS Code, you need Docker desktop, and the system to work it. That's it. That's the only thing you need it. And yeah, I think as I said, be consistent. So I'm promise that I am going to be consistent, and I also need you to promise that you're going to be consistent. But for that, you need to subscribe to my channel. So please do that if you forget. And if this video just randomly pops up over here, so yes, and please subscribe, like, share, subscribe, because that's add a lot of value and so help keep me pushing to create more such content like this. Trust me, I'm not very much active these days to creating content, but I really want to do best. I just wanted to make a really impactful and meaningful content, and trust me, I'm going to do that. It's a promise. And you seeing this video, it says that yes, I'm keeping my promise. If you saw my previous video, right? And trust me, I am already working on so many other use cases, and I'm going to share with you very, very soon by using this so many different AI tools and how I can club together and using as a collaboration, right? Because that's what it's a communication and collaboration is something that is go hand in hand, and that's what I'm going to build. So again, thank you so much. Please keep learning, keep doing all the good work that you've been doing, and don't forget to share all the awesome work also you are doing it, right? So that's very important, right? See you very, very soon. Cheers.